Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys Insertion Trainer. So Insertion Trainer is a program that I recently made and it's currently live on my website. So to find it you can go to DGCubes.com/FMC for Fewest Moves Challenge and you will see the Insertion Trainer right here. So for those of you who are unaware, Fewest Moves has been one of my favorite events recently, and I really enjoy doing a lot of Fewest Moves practice. And one of the steps in Fewest Moves solving is insertions. So basically, insertions are commutators that solve a couple pieces without messing up anything else. So the most common ones are 3-corner insertions, and basically those are 8-move commutators that cycle 3 corners without affecting any other pieces. So in the average FMC solve, generally the last step you'll do is insertions, so it can take a while to get there because first, to get to the point where you would do any insertions, you need to find a skeleton. And the skeleton is basically the part of the solve that solves everything but the last few pieces. So this video is not a tutorial on insertions by any means. I might do one in the future, but for now, if you want to learn about that, I will leave a link in the description to a really good resource for FMC solving. But for now, I'm just going to assume that you've already looked at that, or at least you have a semi-decent grasp of how insertions work, and I'm just going to move on and show you how this program actually works. So the first thing you'll see is the About page, so this just tells you how to use the program and everything like that. And then you can move on to the Play page, and this is where you'll actually do the insertions. So unfortunately, this entire thing has been coded in JavaScript, so that means everything is going to be client-side. So that means that there isn't any actual saved data, and currently I don't have any account system implemented, although that is something I would like to do in the future. So for now, like I said, you can't have any accounts or anything like that, so if you want to save your progress, you'll just need to copy some text and then paste it in this part of the program whenever you want to come back. But let's assume you don't have any current data, and I'm just going to enter in nothing and then click Submit. So now these are all the insertions that are currently available. 3 edges and 5 edges are insertions that I do not have yet in the database, but they will be there soon, so I have them here, but they are grayed out, so you can't choose them. But yeah, let's just choose a 4-corner insertion just for a start. And then you hit Submit. And so what it does is it gives you a scramble, and it gives you a skeleton. So basically what this does, if we pull up alg.cubing.net real quick, if you put in the scramble, so this is what the cube looks like after the scramble, and then after applying the skeleton to that scramble, you'll see that the cube looks like this. So if we go around the cube, you'll notice 4 corners are unsolved, and it looks like it is two cycles of corners, which means that these 2 need to swap, and these 2 need to swap. And there are some corner twists in there as well, but not unsolvable corner twists or anything like that. So in a real FMC solve, you would actually need to find these 16 moves here for the skeleton to get to the point where you would have 4 corners unsolved, or some other amount of corners unsolved. But what this program does, basically the reason that I made this program is so you don't have to do the skeleton if you just want to practice your insertions and get better at those. So obviously, any solutions you get on here, I would not count them as a PB or anything like that, or as an actual FMC solve. Really, the only goal for this is just to practice insertions without having to do an entire hour-long FMC solve every time you want to do that. Okay, so just so I don't bore you guys, I do have the solution already in the database, so I'm just going to copy and paste it here and click Submit. So that was the optimal solution. It was 25 moves in 69.808 seconds. So obviously you're not going to do 2 insertions in 1:09 seconds, but you know, you would get 53 points if you were able to do that. So as you can see, the optimal solution is 25 moves, and it shows you exactly where the insertions would go to get an optimal solution. And then from here, you can choose to copy the data to your clipboard. When you click this, it just ends up right on your clipboard. So anywhere where you click paste, it'll show up, or press Ctrl-V. But you don't actually need to copy it to your clipboard if you just want to do some more insertions. So from there, you could just click Continue. So now let's choose, let's say another 4-corner one, because I want to show you that there are different ones. So this actually is a different insertion. As you can tell, the skeleton is not the same as before. And once again, I do have the optimal solution for this case, and this is it, but this is unsimplified. So as you can see, we have the L prime here, and that would cancel, and here's another L prime, and there are many other things that would actually cancel in the real thing. But I do want to show you guys that the experience points are based heavily on how close to optimal you are. So as you can see here, you have 53 experience points for that optimal solution that we got. But if we submit this one, as you can see, it's 37 moves and optimal is 30. It's in approximately the same time, only like 12 seconds slower. And we have 25 points added for that as opposed to the original 53 for the optimal solution. And again, from here, you can copy the data to your clipboard, and if you want to close this page, you can, and then if you want to open it up ever again in the future, you just go to dgcubes.com/FMC, go to Play, and enter the data, and then it remembers how many experience points you have based on that data. So if we do another 4-corner insertion, it's a completely new skeleton and a completely new scramble because it knows the ones that you've done already based on your data. So because this is coded completely in JavaScript, it is extremely easy to cheat. You could easily find the optimal insertions using Insertion Finder, or you could just hack into the JavaScript code and change your experience points to 1,000,000 or whatever you want. But the goal of this isn't really to be competitive. The points are just kind of a way to motivate you. So really, I kind of expect that you would be honest with yourself if you're using this because, otherwise there's not really much of a point. Like I said, the goal is really just to improve your own ability with insertions. So if you're already really good at insertions, you probably wouldn't have much of a use for this program. But if you're just learning and you do want to practice them without doing an hour-long FMC solve every time, I think this site could be pretty useful. But yeah, so if you have any questions about how to use the site that aren't answered on here, or if you notice any bugs or anything like that, make sure to leave a comment or send me an email at dgcubed@gmail.com and give the subject line something like Insertion Trainer or something like that, and I'll make sure to check it out. And if you do notice any bugs or any improvements that you want to see, even if it's really small, just send me an email and it's probably something that I could do pretty quickly, so just let me know because I would like to make this website as helpful as possible. So hope you enjoyed. Once again, make sure to leave your feedback in the comments below. And that's about it for this one, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.